Welcome to keviseeb on Twitch. Today we're going to be playing a 9-hole, or the front 9 of an 18-hole tournament that is split into 2 parts. And if you're familiar with WGT, if you do join a country club, you simply click the country club tab, which is normally about the center of the screen on the second screen you get to. And country clubs do it different ways. But the country club I belong to, which is Eagle Club Golf Association, arguably the best country club on WGT. This is a tournament that they have set up, so we're going to go ahead and sign up for it. And go to round 1 tee off. I've already selected the clubs to use, so we don't have to do that. And there will be a little commercial here. It's what keeps it free. And you'll notice when you sign in to get ready to play a round, this screen will show up. This is, you can either use a pass or not use a pass. This simply gives you extra points towards your ranking up. So it's a good idea to use the pass, particularly if you're playing 18 holes. The more involved the game is, the more points you get. Now this is only 9 holes, but I'm just going to use it. And here we are at the first hole. Let's see if we can get a good whack on it here. Which I think we did. All right. Well, that went pretty far. All right, this green slopes left to right, so with the wind like it is, want the wind to carry it just a little bit beyond the hole. And we're going to put a tiny bit of forward spin on it because we're kind of pressing the limits of my 50-yard club here. But hopefully the wind will get it there. And since we're going to do that, let me just put a little more room here. And take a whack at it and see what happens. A little late. And we're waiting, we're thinking. And we had a little connection situation. There we go. Well, I have to say that was pretty close. Shouldn't be too hard of a birdie here, I'm thinking. Yay, birdie! All right, check out the old handicap here. So that was basically the 15th easiest hole. Now we come to the 3rd easiest, or another way to think about it is the 3rd hardest. And ordinarily on this hole, if you had the wind going with you, you could kind of take a shortcut, but we're not going to be able to do that today. Because we just don't have a very helpful wind. And we're going to back off just a little so we don't go into the rough. Probably didn't need to back off that much. So that's basically going to take away a possibility of getting to the green. The particular 3-wood I have is only good for 240 yards. It's a max 3-wood. I also use a big Bertha 3-wood, which will go to 50. Even in this wind, I would have trusted that to go the whole way. But you know what? We're going to give it a shot anyway. See if we can get a perfect hit here. That's going to help. Well, we're closer than we were, and we're on the fairway, so that'll be good for chipping. Maybe we'll get lucky and eagle this thing right in the old hole here. Oops. Almost 10 yards. Get up there. Oh. That was close. Always like to hear the clapping. All right, do we care what we're going to go up against? A little bit easier than the last hole. And sometimes this hole, if it's right, you can shortcut it. But as you can see, having a drive go 320, 330 in the air is not going to work too well. So my driver can go about, with this wind, that far. So we're going to try and get it a little close here. Good ding's going to be required on this shot. That was not a good ding, but it should be all right. At least it's to the right. If it stops, which it did, typically try and get either 50, 75, or 100 yards away on the second or third shot, depending on whether it's a par 4 or par 5. It makes it easier to do a club selection. Now, even with the wind, it'd be lucky to get a 50-yard club there. So we're going to use a 75. And this hole plays a little bit longer than normal anyway. With the wind, see how that does. And that's acceptable. All right, we're lined up here. Notice these are fast greens, so I have to play them a little bit more. All right, 3 for 3. Let's see if we can keep this trend going here. Goal here is to end up with 9 putts at the end. Not sure that's going to happen, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, because of the wind, be able to hit this wide open. Ooh, hit that late. Luckily, it stopped short of the trap. I'm not sure why they call this the ninth hardest hole. This should be right up there in the top 5, in my humble opinion. All right, 200 yards. So 215 with a lot of backspin will probably be it. Well, see, a little went a little too far there. All right, up 15 inches. Let's see if we can get close here. Maybe get a par out of this. Okay, that was okay. Can't complain too much about that. Now, fast greens, break doesn't affect it as much. All right, well, that counts as a sand save. I guess there's silver lining to that cloud. Now, this is a par 3. God. Pretty bad when you have to crank up a 3-wood to get on a par 3. All right, so that's going to play about 234. With full backspin, I'm going to go just like 238 or 9. And then proceed to hit it late. That's a pretty good distance. That looks pretty straight in. Cool thing you can do to check is to go into chip, and then you can move the putter, move the indicator, and get a good idea of what is happening at any point you want. You can see whether it's uphill, downhill. See, it's very consistent downhill. I'm going to guess that that's straight in. All right, just in case, we'll do a little left edge here because it is downhill. Just a little left edge. All right, 2 inches from 10 feet would make it 8 feet. On the other hand, I'm playing, that's tournament settings. This would be 8 feet here for me normally. So I'm going to go about 11 or so, make sure it gets there. And I hit it a little bit late, but that's all right. All right, next hole, relatively easy one, 13th easiest. Minor amount of wind here. We'll play it safe in the middle of the fairway. And whack 'em rack 'em here. Oh, horrible late. All right, I'm going to blame some of that on my internet connection here. Good thing about Kiowa Island course, which in real life is in South Carolina, is it does have very forgiving fairways. All right, 150 yards, 153. A little bit of backspin, a little helping wind here. All right, change. All right, apologize for the internet interruption there. Par 5. Try not to hit it late. Or too late, rather. Come on, get some legs there, ball. That'll be fine. All right, now we have a legitimate shot to get on a 2 here. Usually the pin is back in this corner, so having it up here in the front helps quite a bit. All right, we're going to give it some room. And hopefully we can get it on the green. Hopefully. Terrible hit. Oh, that was terrible. All right, that shouldn't be too bad, though. All right, 20 yards, but we're in the rough, so we'll go back there. Don't roll too far. Don't roll too far. Ah. A little rambunctious on that one. Well, another straight in looking putt. Got just a tiny bit of break to it. That's probably going to be enough. All right, so we're 8-3, so we'll go. There's 8 on tournament greens. Give it plenty of room to get there. And that ended up okay. It's funny, the hole you should stand a chance of getting an eagle on, you don't. And the one you do get an eagle on, you really shouldn't. Go figure. All right, little helpful wind here. I'm going to do full backspin, and I'd rather go too far than not far enough on this hole, believe me. Tiny bit early on the hit, but that should be okay. Roll down that hill. Oh, God. Not where you want to be. And you can see why. Okay, it's only 19 feet away, but it's 13 inches down. Typically, you'd subtract one from the other, give you about 6 feet. Sloping like crazy. The higher up ranked the green is, the more you have to figure this slope. I hate to say it, I'm not familiar with fast greens. Forgotten how they worked. So we'll just try that. Okay, so theoretically on tournament greens, which is what I'm used to, that would be about a 6-foot putt. I'm going to do a little more than that because it'll be an uphill putt coming back if it's too short. Oh, that was close. And as you can see, the good news is coming back up, it's a relatively straight putt. So we'll go that far. Oh, I don't believe it. What a way to ruin a good round. Look at that. All one putt. No putts on one green. And then I got a 3-putt on a par 3. That is not good. All right, last hole is a pretty cool par 4. Now this green has 2 different pin locations. It's either back here in the back side, and there's a little hump you have to worry about getting over, or it's up in the front here. And the problem with it being in the front is it's difficult to hit it right, quite frankly, because it plays a little longer, and people usually end up being short. So 139, 140, I'm just going to hit it wide open and hit it really late again, which isn't going to help any. And there is your natural tendency to hit it short. All right, we're going to chip this because we're on the fringe and we can. All right, we're going to go about that far there. Hopefully just put it right in the hole and not have to worry about it. Oh, well, that's about as close as you can get without going in. All right, well, that was the front 9 at Kiowa Island. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is keviseeb on Twitch. Please click the follow button on the way out if you would, and we will see you around the links.